start, but WA about to kick off. They finished the game. They were getting pumped by Queensland at halftime last week. They finished off pretty well. They would have taken a bit of confidence out of that despite the one-sided result. I think it was 12-10 in the second half to WA. So they'll be looking to build on that.
So we're underway. Lachlan Hardy, the fly half from Western Australia, getting this one started and taken up through the middle by New South Wales. Over the side of their 22 as they look to exit straight away through the boot, and it's come off a WA player. So it'll be play on everyone on side as they spread it back through Reese and Apu, the WA scrum half, and they're on their own side of halfway just here, WA, as they look to settle their nerves early, and a relieving penalty right on halfway will help them do so. There's one player that's already caught my eye is Darcy Hinkley, the number 7 for WA. He's been taking fashion tips from the Honey Badger by the looks of things.
The Hinkley Badger, we were calling him yesterday. Keep an eye at Marty for number 9, Reese Anapu, who was comfortably WA's best in their game the other day. Tough, nuggety hooker, scored a great try. He's going to be leading the way for them. If they can take some tips from him, a bit of leadership from him, they'll do well.
If my memory serves me right, he was involved in this competition last year. I'd be happy to be proved incorrect, but I do remember calling him last year, and he was impressive then too. So here he is at the base of the ruck and Apu, and a great left to right pass finds his halves partner in Lachlan Hardy. As WA get first real crack in this one, and they get a few extra metres as they crawl towards the try line. And Apu now looks right. He finds a willing runner, and they look to settle things down, but the ball spilled out, so I thought it might have been a knock on, but the referee says play on. But he's been pinned for holding onto the ball, so great work there at the breakdown early from New South Wales 2.
Already we're seeing a sign of WA with far more intent than their first game. They weren't able to get the ball, to be perfectly honest. This is going out. Yes, it is. The Queenslanders were so good that they just didn't give the WA side any ball. We've seen them with a little bit more ball today and showing some signs. But here's New South Wales 2's chance to go on the first attack.
This will be their first chance with a bit of possession, but the throw's gone over, but they've managed to clean it up, so no harm done there. As Cooper Chambers goes in looking for the ball, and he gets it out nice and quickly, and they spread towards the far side here. It's St Ignatius College Riverview, and they keep going that way, and some nice clean hands and a clean set of heels there from the back, but he's taken into touch. Nice covering defence there, nice shape from the WA boys as they shut down that defence, that attack pretty quickly.
Whoever made these jumpers isn't doing us any favours, Marty. Very hard to pick out the numbers white on white.
Hard to believe they weren't thinking of you and iPado when they made that design, but I'm sure we'll fix them up for next time. As WA rumble forward here, and that big number 8 takes it up. Massey Barker. Strong run. We saw the 2 number 8s in the previous game. Queensland 2 and Victoria have big impacts, and that looks like a knock on. Josh Plain putting it down off the bounce pass, and New South Wales will fancy themselves here with their first real attacking opportunity. They're inside the WA half and over the 10-metre line now as Chambers gets the ball and comes towards us here on the broadcast side, and WA rushed up out of the defensive line to try and put some pressure on, but a great flick pass there from Daniel Alla. The fullback looks like a nice strong product there. Daniel Alla, keep your eye out for him this afternoon as Cooper Chambers decides to come back this way. Angus Bell with a superb pass. That one falls into the hands of Favour. The counter up here from WA, and Cooper Chambers has to pick it up.
It's pretty willing in there, mate.
As New South Wales look to settle it a little bit here, the defence has been solid from WA so far. And it's in the hands now of Archer Holes. He's brought down as Chambers goes out to the left. Vincent Cray had the ball, but the ball's been turned over again. WA holding strong, and Apu, the scrum half.
His first mistake, Vincent Cray's been pretty impressive there at first receiver. He's got 12 on his back, the Joey's product, but he's running the show today. Good consistent attack there, but the WA defence was right up to it. They actually haven't made any ground when you look at where they are on the field. Able to force a mistake there. Cray with just a pass that was drifting forward.
The WA with a chance now. They might look to clear and play it down in the New South Wales half. We'll see in a moment. Napu is going to feed this scrum. It's a good shove from New South Wales, but they'll need to reset it.
Beautifully still today, Marty. I don't know if you heard the other day. I think it was Category 5 cyclone down here at Riverview. The tents were flying everywhere.
Hard to believe on a day like today that's so perfect, but
certainly not a factor, the wind. The kickers will be able to do their business without any concern.
His scrum looks to be standing strong. And it turns there and the ball pops out. So not the cleanest of scrums, but a chance to exit. And they throw it on the boot and put it up high for their chasers and knocked on
down
from Allah. So they'll come back for the scrum, and that's a 30-minute gain for WA. And a nice high ball put up there by, I think it was Lachlan Hardy.
Daniel Alla, one of the many St Augie's lads in this team. He had a pretty simple take, it must be said. Just didn't time it right. Came out of the hands. WA, this is how they've got to get into this game. That scrum needs to be in and out pretty quick, I'd suggest.
Again, they struggle at the scrum time. And Napu picks it up from the side, and New South Wales 2 look to counter-up, and a quick pick and drive here. It's that number 8 again. Marcy Barker causing all sorts of strife for the New South Wales defence, but they've turned it over. And a little box kick there from Cooper Chambers buys the New South Wales side a bit of time. It's in the hands of Ricky Wiley, and he decides to go out to his fullback, Zach Barrett. Barrett now, he breaks through a tackle. Can he keep his feet? He can. He's into the backfield, and he's one-on-one with his opposite number. And a good tackle there.
Stolen, is it?
It looks like New South Wales have come up with the ball. A little knock on after some great work from Zach Barrett. The WA side not afraid to pass it around in their back three, which always makes for some exciting footy.
What about the feet from Ricky Wiley? Zach Barrett, pardon me.
Yeah, Zach Barrett, he did very well and fell at the final hurdle, almost literally, with the final defensive line of New South Wales coming up strong.
It's great to see them really playing with confidence, WA. Finally seeing what they're about as the big man off the back from New South Wales 2 takes good metres.
So they come towards us here on this broadcast side. It's show and go there from Vincent Cray. And there it is, the referee's playing advantage now for WA. They have been so strong in contact so far. And there was no advantage, so sensational work there from WA. They're really taking it to New South Wales 2 at the moment as this arm wrestle starts to settle a little bit, Peter.
Walker Smith over the ball. Lovely determination. Cray took the ball forward. It was a decent run. They chopped him down, and Walker Smith was all over the top of that. A couple of New South Wales mistakes, and WA are really pressing hard here.
Hardy makes no mistake with the touch finder. So it'll be an attacking line out for WA right on the 22. And that is clean from the boys in dark blue. And they look to spread wide quickly. In the hands there of Tosso
held up here.
That ball's got to come out.
Find his knees.
It's got to come out.
Has he got to the knees?
The referee there's looking. And he's going to call a New South Wales 2 scrum. So a little bit too high in contact there. The WA youngster. Might have been winning after Cherrington.
Yep.
Caught there. So a missed opportunity for WA, but like you've said a couple of times now, Pato, with a lot of intent early.
South Wales haven't really got into this game, to be fair, and that's been the good work of WA, consistently turning it over. Let's see what they can do now, New South Wales. The big problem for WA against Queensland was the scrum, and that was a massive Queensland pack. But already we're seeing there's probably a lighter weight pack than most WA. New South Wales look to have the edge there as well, so they want to avoid the set piece, I'd suggest.
Cooper Chambers to feed the scrum here, and well hooks back as they kick long. They find the dirt, so looks like a great kick there from New South Wales too, and WA looks like they might return serve. That one's gone out on the full, so a mistake there from Zach Barrett.
It's easy meters that. Lovely kick there from Cray.
That is a big win for New South Wales too.
What do they do here, Marty? Look at the size of that pack. They may well decide to go route one and see if they can find some yards up the middle.
We're about to find out as the line out comes down to Chambers, gets the ball early. Oh, and a great little inside ball. A little tip on, and he's into the backfield. He's not going to be stopped. Favour, the outside centre. What a try.
It's just all too easy, that, wasn't it?
It was
just a lovely short ball.
Vincent Cray with the kick downfield, winning them the field position. And there it was. No one saw it coming. It's a beautiful ball. And great feet. Favour. That is champagne footy. Vincent Cray really putting his stamp on this game early.
It's a lovely deception there. They had a player running a little bit wider off Cray. And Favour was just ducked in behind him, and he popped up a lovely little pop. Had plenty of work to do, Favour. Showed a nice right foot step, and he had the pace to go on with it. So they'll be happy with that, New South Wales. They've barely been in this game. They've finally got down to the WA half and scored already.
Favour's looked dangerous a couple of times already in this match. And he's going to have a chance to convert his own try. And an unorthodox looking kicking style, but it worked.
They only need to go between those two white sticks, Marty. They're the only ones that count.
Something I was never very good at, Pato, but New South Wales 2 in Favour. Make no mistake. So 7-0, and WA will feel a little bit ripped off, I think, after the start of this match. They were dominating.
Yeah, they can't afford to get too discouraged by that. They need to just get down into this half and keep up that pressure that they were doing well earlier.
Hardy puts it up, and New South Wales collect. And that's almost a carbon copy of the way the game started. It was a quick trundle up the middle, and that's off the side of the boot there of Cooper Chambers. Chasers could be offside as Hardy gets over halfway, makes no mistake this time. Zach Barrett it was.
This was an issue the other day, Marty. They lose a little bit of shape on attack, going tight at times without much success. But look, that was a good run there, and here they go again through the big tight head. Probably lost it.
Here it is, quick play on here from New South Wales, trying to use the speed of their outside backs, and they've got plenty of it. Here's Bell with the ball in hand. He draws one, tries to give it out, and big contact there.
Did well to stay in.
Out wide as Chambers gets to the ruck quickly. Pops it up on the inside, and they're making good meters here in New South Wales too. WA is struggling with their defensive line to connect. Chambers decides to go back where they've had that success early in this phase. They're continuing down that short side, and it's Bell there with the ball, and he gets just over the 22. Back towards the centre now, and some big contact.
That big dring up in the middle. Crow with lovely hands.
He's trying to get down the sideline there.
Oh, he's had a knock there.
And that's a knock on from New South Wales. So we saw it a little bit in the game before that the sides were willing to go side to side, but perhaps what they needed there, Pato, was someone to just straighten up the attack a little bit. We saw them have success with it less than 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, you got to get your power runners up the middle, and they tried that. To credit to the WA defence, they weren't yielding, so they looked to the side. But they're certainly the bigger pack. Let's see if they can push the WA team off the ball here. I think that they will fancy a tight head.
Straight this hand, Zach. Set!
They do just that, and Apu's got to get it out. And in the process of trying to get it out, he's knocked on, so...
There's some big boys in that pack, isn't there?
Okay, thank you.
Look at the size of Archer Holtz.
Thank you.
He'd have an own dinner setting of his own up there in the
Thank you.
up in the kitchen at night, I'd suggest.
No
Big
doubt
human.
about it.
Far side. Far side. Crouch!
Good pictures.
Set!
Strong platform here from New South Wales too, as Chambers gets the ball out quickly, and there he is again. Cray, he finds a crash runner as they keep coming to this left-hand side, and they try to get on the outside, and he gets past one.
Good feet from Scolari.
Oh, and he's brought down just 4 metres short.
Advantage.
Oh, and it might have been knocked
The
on.
Hinckley Badger. He's everywhere.
Darcy Hinckley knocking on there. We've seen...
No, he's in the tackle. Okay, so we should play knock on.
We just see Jack Winchester there checking if it was a yellow card, sir. We've seen plenty of them given for similar instances, but he was in the process of making the tackle. So happy to report we'll be continuing to play with 15 on 15.
Crouch!
Well, they're set very wide here, Marty. I'd suggest they're going to
Set!
use the full width of the field.
Keep your eye out for Angus Bell up through the centre as Chambers takes it himself off the back.
He uses the absolute minimum width on the field.
They're still set out here though, and Favours there along with Angus Bell and Daniel Alla. Will it get out to them? No, they go the other way. New South Wales keeping it very tight here. Cooper Chambers letting the forwards do the work for the time being. Pick and drive again. WA holding them out for the time being. Here they go now. It's Vincent Cray. Dummies and goes himself. Holds onto the ball just. And he's over.
He's done well there. The ball bobbled out of his hands. I don't know if it was a reef or he's just tried to throw it past, but he caught it again. Had good leg drive to get himself over the line. It looked like they were going to go all the way through the forwards there, and they probably could have, but they spun it wide. Nice right foot step.
Bit of a dummy, and it did just pop up, and he did very well to hold on, and he carried 2 or 3 WA boys over with him. And he was having an influence before. He's found himself on the scoreboard now. Vincent Cray, very impressive.
Got the 12 shirt on today, but running the show from 10. You put that down to the New South Wales forward pack. Dominant at scrum time a couple of minutes ago. Hammering away at the line. WA just had to compress their defence. There was a little gap there for Cray to step through.
Saw Favour knock one over from almost exactly the same position from his own try, but that one he pulls to the left.
Thought there was a third post there, I think, Marty.
Yeah, still with that unorthodox style, wasn't it? And so nearly 20 minutes gone here, and after a really promising start from WA, they find themselves trailing by 12. And they haven't had much of the possession in the last sort of 10 minutes or so.
Well, they need fellas like Masabaka to really put on some strong contact in defence, I'd suggest. They're just giving away too much yardage to New South Wales when they're trucking the ball up.
So here they come, New South Wales. They're getting a quick recycle at the moment at the breakdown.
Wait.
putting a lot of pressure on the WA defence as they use that box kick again to good effect. And Zach Barrett's got the ball in hand now, the WA fullback. Big, strong lad, Zach Barrett. He needs support.
Diving straight over there. Marty Massey Barker's played that well. He saw him coming and just stepped out of the way. Pretty canny play there.
Losing his feet.
Very clever there from the WA number 8. So a chance to settle here, WA. Lachlan Hardy there, you can see on screen, kicking for touch, the WA fly half. And he's found touch inside the 22, about 20 metres out from the try line, going in search of their first points here.
3-man, you don't see that often, very often these days.
Thank you.
Gives you numbers in the middle there.
And they've made the most of it with a good run through the centre. Here's a Napu now.
Thank you.
They go looking for width. And they're playing an offside advantage now.
Walker Smith held up though.
Vincent Cray there, pinned for offside.
Just have to keep their composure here, WA.
Not quite there. Offside.
First real attacking opportunity they've had. What are they going to do? They're going to go to the corner. Just a quick tap. Love it. Keep cracking on. Tatafu goes up.
Oh, and an error there from the prop. Kamazona Heke.
Coach killer, bench killer.
He was flying onto that ball. If he'd caught it, it would have been one hell of a collision as Mal Taitana looks set to come on. And if we thought Romeo Taniela was big for Queensland too, him and Mal Taitana, gee whiz, what a front row they'd be.
Maui Taitana.
Maui Taitana.
Thanks to the WA bench, sitting right next to us, looking on eagerly.
Always thankful for pronunciation tips.
Pronunciation tips even.
That works for me too, Pater. New South Wales look to get another clean exit, which they've been very good at so far in this match, and it looks like another good nudge.
Quick one. Yeah,
They
he's
play
taking
on
a
quickly,
nice catch.
WA. So here's Barrett. And the ball hits the deck and it's cleaned up nicely. Very nicely.
Wiley, lovely run.
by
Good strong
Riley.
legs.
Accelerating through contact too and getting a couple of extra metres. Napu comes out from scrum half and heads towards the right-hand side, and Wentholt's got it there.
Turnover's good.
And it's a turnover again.
No one home.
New South Wales proving very hard to crack.
Tricky
The
bounce.
bounce of the ball. Cleaned up just in the nick of time there by Walker Smith. There's Hardy trying to play the ball down New South Wales end of the field. And here they come, New South Wales 2. The broken play a little bit here at the moment. WA struggling to connect up in D.
Good defensive pressure. I don't like those ones, Marty. I don't think it rewards the defensive pressure. Actually, I don't think there was any intent there. I'm happy with the play on. I'll just rewrite the rule book right here.
We'll see, here he
he
comes.
goes.
Yeah, sorry. That's mine.
Now it's Tatana.
Doing really well there. Keep it up.
Gee whiz.
And Max Wood's on as well. He
He
played
make-
very well the other day, Max Wood. Tackle machine.
He makes Max Wood look like he's playing under 14s. Look away now, mums, because Maui Tatana's on.
Let's hope he can solidify this WA scrum.
Solidify. He'll pole drive it into the ground. They'll be going nowhere, Pater. Maui Tatana on.
5. Set.
So here they go, New South Wales 2. Look to spread it through the hands. Angus Bell gets it out. Goes backwards though, so they get another crack at the ball.
No hands, blue.
Well, there's some lovely passing. Just one went slightly behind the man there. That's all it takes to break down.
And they're looking to go side to side here in New South Wales. They think they can get around WA here, and they might go for clearing kick, or
It's a little
they
dab.
do. Falls into the hands of Barrett, and
Stop.
He kicks it himself. It looks like he's looking for it himself. And
Oh, good work from Barrett. He's a determined character. Scolari, a little bit of space, spinning.
a good clean out there from New South Wales too. Oh, Maui Tatana. He comes in from the blind side. It didn't take long. Oh, that one hurt over here, Pato.
What can Ricky Wiley do when he gets his hands on this pill? Looks to go back inside.
Oh, he's brought down there by Favour doing the defensive work now. He's been formidable in attack. New South Wales too look to slow down the ball. Here he comes, Maui Tatana. It takes 3 of them to bring the big fella to ground.
Yep, needed that ball a little quicker. Still on.
It's good
Need
hands.
to shift that ball.
Good hands there from Masi
It's a
Barker.
turnover.
You've gone off your feet and played the ball.
Well, his invisibility cloak didn't work there, Massey
Not
Barker.
clear enough for me, Hags.
It's worth a try, though.
The referee explaining that very clearly to the WA number 8. And you heard through the referee comms that we've got coming for you live here on Rugby.com.au. But that kick looks like it's not going to find
Just hold that.
touchline, and
It's gone dead, has it?
yeah, it looks like it's going to. Or it won't. It just
22.
falls up short, and Zach Barrett touches
Well, he
it
can
down in his own end goal, so he comes
Count
back out
himself
to the
lucky there,
22.
Cray. Could have been all the way back on the halfway. Instead, they've got a 22, which isn't too bad a result.
It's going to be Lachlan Hardy. You'd fancy to go long. Bit of banter there between
What was the
Cooper
20 bucks
Chambers.
for?
Not sure. We'll have to find out from Sarah Friend at the end of full time what was on the line for 20 bucks there, but New South Wales 2 up over halfway. WA holding strong. 3 minutes just over to go in the first half here, and New South Wales 2 are looking to extend their 12-point lead as they try and find space on the outside. There's Angus Bell. He's had a couple of good involvements, the winger, so far in this match. He might be playing more of an outside centre role at the moment. Now Tatana involved there. They look to
Good
use
hands
their
from the
numbers
big man.
outside. Draw and pass, and he doesn't get on the outside.
Connor Hickey.
Good defence. As WA go looking for a pilfer.
Terrific defence. It's that man, Massey Barker, again.
Oh, it was on.
No, he's in a really
Oh, it was
realistic
very much
position to catch the
so
ball.
on for WA. I don't think he would have been caught. It was a Napu, was it?
Keep working.
Walker Smith,
Walker
that one.
Smith. Oh,
Cray was looking to get that ball very wide, very quick, but Walker Smith read it beautifully.
and good refereeing there too. Not with the penalty for the intentional knock on. He was in a very realistic chance to pick that up and run the distance. Walker Smith.
Set!
2.5 to go.
Plenty on, plenty of space.
Cooper Smith, and here they go. It's the fullback, Daniel Alla. Takes it into contact and a quick recycle. WA struggling to get back on side here. Cray thought he spotted a gap. Shut down quickly. Oh, big contact, Maui Tatana on Dougal O'Reilly. We might have to car up a Maui Tatana highlights reel after this one. As New South Wales 2 and Cooper Chambers look for their third try. The referee getting plenty of advice from inside this breakdown.
We've got an injured WA player over here in the line.
The referee has
Bit of
spotted
concern
that.
showing from the physios. I'll tell you what, Dougal O'Reilly did well to survive that collision.
He's
Seen smaller car crashes.
He's a phenomenal unit, Maui Tatana, and he's...
Well, what I like, Marty, is that he wanted to use that size. Came out of the line and tried to put a big shot on it. Didn't quite find its mark. O'Reilly was able to spin and keep moving to the side. But sometimes you see these big fellas, they don't quite know the full impact of their size. Maui Tatana knows every single kilo of his power. But it's been a funny old game, this one. No one really able to assert dominance. New South Wales have been trying to escape their half for a fair while now with a little bit of ball. WA just hanging on. Plenty of defensive pressure.
Yeah, I think the WA boys will be enjoying this small little break as one of the players is being attended to. They've been under a lot of pressure in the last few minutes, and they had all the ball at the start of the first half, and they looked like they were going to be the ones to cross the paint first, but it was favour, and New South Wales 2 after a great ball from Vincent Cray. Put him under the sticks, and Vincent Cray got one of his own.
Tell you what, I really like the look of that Vincent Cray. He's got a stamp of class about him. The New South Wales 1 team has Tane Edmed, who's a very talented fly half. Clearly they're not short in depth there. Vincent Cray from St Joseph's College over the way, playing at the arch rival grounds here this afternoon.
Beautiful grounds too. Hato, if you're in the area
Lovely.
on Thursday, pop down for day 3 of competition.
Well, it's actually been quite a up-tempo kind of pace, Marty, that neither team, there have been a lot of stoppages, but they've kept the ball in, plenty of kicking, plenty of counter-attack, a lot of work being done by both teams, as you said, that you can hear through the referee's ears. A lot of heavy breathing, a lot of puffed lads out there enjoying this break. We hope that the WA player on the ground there is okay. They often are very, very cautious in these situations, Marty, and will take every available caution in terms of bracing the neck and so on and so forth. I think they're calling for the stretcher.
Lots of other things happening in the rugby world. Hato, we've seen George Smith getting ready for his potential final game on Australian soil when he lines up, hopefully, with the Reds taking on the Suncorp this weekend. The Brumbies and the Waratahs are playing on Saturday. And of course the Rebels have a game across the ditch.
Rebels have got to win that one to play in the finals. Basically, that's the calculation they're giving themselves. Win and we're in. Tough ask though, going down to Dunedin to try and get a win against the Highlanders. Waratahs looking, obviously they've locked their final spot away, but you don't want to go into a finals campaign off the back of a loss. I know it's not quite the same thing, but your mind turns back to was it 96-19 back in that day? That was actually the last round of Super Rugby that year, and New South Wales had similarly already secured their final spot. And I think hindsight's a wonderful thing. They made a few changes and it didn't turn out well, Marty, but they won't be making that mistake again.
They've been playing sensationally of late. The back line seems to have really clicked there at the moment, especially the Foley-Beale combination, and of course Israel Folau doing his thing at fullback.
What I love about these carnivals and tournaments, Marty, is that 100% there are Wallabies probably out on this field, and they have been out on the field all day, and we just don't know who they are yet. And that's one of the great things about coming down to watch schoolboys rugby. You can run your eye, educated or uneducated, over the talent and suss out who you think is going to be running around in the gold in, what are we talking, 4 years? 4 years' time? 3-4 years' time?
Yep, it can happen quickly. And no doubt too, Pato, that there's some guys running around here that will find their way into the Sevens program.
Sevens program, Super Rugby, of course, yeah. World Series
Super
Rugby
program. And we've seen young kids come through and play on the sevens circuit in a short period of time. That's one thing former coach Andy Friend used to say a lot, is that in sevens it happens very quickly.
Well, it's look, even Super Rugby, we're now seeing kids like Jordan Pataia, 18 years old. He was playing in this competition last year, so it can happen very quickly. We've got the Ute on the field at the moment. They're going to take a time off, which is probably the sensible decision. We're just going to get this lad onto the stretcher and then move him off into a position probably where an ambulance can come and attend to him. But again, we want to ease people's concerns here. Oftentimes this is just purely precautionary, and they take the utmost caution in the just in case scenario. So the truck is moving off now. So the two teams are having a bit of a break. Oh, they're taking half time. Okay, they're moving off to half time.
Looks like they've decided to take half time just 40 seconds earlier than they'd already anticipated they would. So 12-0 to New South Wales 2. And it's tries to number 13, Favour, and number 12, Vincent Cray, that have been the difference so far in this one. And Paddy, you'd probably say on balance, it's maybe a fair result. The WA could consider themselves unlucky not to have points on the board.
Well, they cost themselves. There was that one good opportunity where the ball was put down on the line, wasn't it? That was probably their only opportunity, their half. New South Wales, look, they didn't have many either, but they took both of them, which that's what good teams will do. The rest of the game's been fought out in this middle zone here. A few errors, but again, this is the WA issue. They've got plenty of ticker, plenty of heart, and they're really trying their very best, but just unable to piece together enough consistent footy to build pressure and come away with points.
Yeah, they've struggled to win that forward battle, and when they have had their ball, and therefore their halves and Lachlan Hardy in the back line, Jay Walker-Smith, Ricky Wiley, Zach Barrett, haven't found much fluency.
Yeah, I've got to say they don't get much attention. It's hard to call them in the run of play, but the New South Wales 2 front row is doing very well. Holtz, the props out there, Patterson, Heaven, Smith. They've set a pretty good platform up front. They're getting through plenty of work.
We might take a short break here on Rugby.com.au as we get ready for the second half of this final match on day 2 of competition. It's New South Wales 2-12 leading WA 0. We'll be back in just a moment.
New South Wales 1 defeated ACT first game.
So that's half time done and dusted. The last orange appeals have been thrown in the trash for day 2 of competition. New South Wales 2 leading WA 12-0 here at St Ignatius College Riverview. As the referee gets us back underway. And it's gone deep and not taken there by New South Wales, and WA might have knocked it on early, so first chance of the second half going the way of New South Wales 2 as they take it over the 22. And they spread it out to the right-hand side. They've got numbers here, and it's a quick start. He beats 1, he beats 2. He's over just short of the 5-metre line. They head back to the right-hand side. WA holding on just here. Put on the toe and a little bit of reprieve.
Knock on by White.
The referee spotting a knock on from New South Wales too. So off the hook there, the WA boys.
We've seen a change there at 10 for New South Wales. Matthew Minogue is back on from the King's School in the number 10. Crow's pushed out to 12.
Yeah, Cray very influential, playing fly half in the first half. So an interesting choice there from the New South Wales coaching staff, but an exciting opportunity to see Minogue playing inside Cray, and
look at that scrum.
See how that
Marty.
combination goes. And New South Wales 2 with a huge shove there, and they did well in the end to scramble something out of that WA.
It's tough going when your scrum's going backwards like that. New South Wales will look to turn the screws on that at every opportunity.
Oh, it's an overthrow, but they have managed to keep
Look at
hold of
Hinkley
possession.
go.
The referee
I'll tell you
spotting
what,
an infringement.
He's got it. He's got more than the hair of the honey badger. He's got the spirit of the honey badger as well, Matthew Hinkley.
We might have to get you out there with the mic painter to find out if he's got a mouth like him.
That's true. Right up a drain pipe, etc.
Sure, there'll be plenty of people looking forward to seeing how he goes on The Bachelor. Are you a Bachelor fan, Pater?
I've got to say I've watched precisely 0 minutes of The Bachelor.
Are you
Marty,
looking to double that in the premiere of this season?
I might take on 5. How about that?
I think that might be where Honey Badger runs out, to be honest. He might get through his full Arsenal in the first 5 minutes. As you can see, Hinkley there getting pushed backwards again. The New South Wales scrum very dominant here in this match so far. And
Wow, great
New
strength.
South Wales looking to
It's fallen awkwardly. No, there's the place.
turn the screws on here, and that one's gone backwards. You heard it from the referee, so New South Wales 2 still on attack. As they come back towards the centre field now, Hinkley goes looking for the ball. Has he won a pilfer? He hasn't, so quick hands here, and they might be over. There's a knock on, I think, from New South Wales, but the referee hasn't spotted it, or he thinks it's gone backwards.
It's a fortunate call. Look to go forwards.
Up over the 22 again. The WA defence holding strong here so far, and they want a turnover. Maui Tatana came up with it. The referee spotting a deliberate knock on, but again, choosing not to.
Great energy in defence there from WA. They were really under pressure on their own line and, in fact, pushed New South Wales back.
This is going to be Lachlan Hardy looking for touch. Strikes it well. And he makes no mistake, and WA up over the halfway line.
Tough, thank you.
Hinkley collects at the top of the line out, hands it off to Hagen Size, or Nathaniel Stafford rather, who's out there playing scrum half for WA.
It's a bit too flat-footed there. Ventholt got hold of the ball, but he was swamped by defenders.
Here goes Barrett with a flick pass out the back. What a ball from Barrett, and put on the toe there by Cherrington, and a knock on from New South Wales 2. Exciting stuff there from WA. Zach Barrett with a huge turn of speed, and that flick pass out the back. You could hear Cherrington calling for it. As you see it here on your screen now, Barrett breaks through, and Cherrington was screaming at him for the ball, and that's as good as it gets. And Cherrington saw the opportunity in behind put the kick through and it was too much to handle.
I've been impressed by Barrett. He's got a bit of Chris Latham about him, Barrett, not just the hairdo, the socks around the ankles. He goes a million miles an hour, runs into every contact as hard as he can. You've got to admire that.
So WA with their best chance so far of this match to get on the scoreboard. That scrum again comes up, but they managed to hold on. And they're into the backfield. They're getting closer. He breaks through one. Jaden Solomon. Is the ball going to come back from the wheel? They try to pick and drive over the top. And he's over. And that is a try for WA. We'll try and pick up a number in a minute. Superb work there and take you back a minute. And then Zach Barrett's break through the line and pass to Cherrington.
Solomon's lovely run there. Let's watch. Just pump the legs.
He beat one and he went oh so close.
Looked like he was over there, but he turned. Just try to pick the number up of the man who goes over. He's done the NFL straight over the top of the scrimmage.
Who's come up with it, Peter? We'll have to chase that down.
We'll get his name, but it was a team try, that's for sure. Great work all round. The scrum held up to get that ball out quickly. Just reward for some really committed defence on their own line and some smart play out of their territory. A couple of New South Wales mistakes, and that's all it takes.
And the conversion is successful. Hardy adding the extra 2. So we've got a ball game on our hands here, Pato. WA with their first real attacking opportunity.
The try scorer was
match.
number 8, Masibaka. Again, a just reward for a great game from him. He's been in everything.
Oh, and a mistake there from Maui Tatana. Dropping it off the restart. So not what WA were after, but exactly what New South Wales were hoping for. And this game's gone up a notch here, Pato.
It has.
And that's a forward pass there from New South Wales scrum half David Techek. So unable to capitalise on what was some pretty fortuitous field position gifted to them by Maui Tatana.
We talk about players that we think we'll see in future years, and I tell you what, Alexander Masibaka is one of them from Aaron Moore College over there in Perth. He's been in everything.
Aaron Moore College always delivering good numbers in the WA schoolboys team, and there's that big shove from New South Wales too.
They stopped.
Managed to hold on. And that is a great kick from Lachlan Hardy. What a kick.
Well, they went for the 1, 2, 3, 4 and didn't go 5, 6, 7, 8, Marty. They could have kept rolling over the top of that ball, but didn't. And Napu just dived in there and grabbed the pill. So we see Maui Tatana coming off. That's a good shift from the big man.
We see everybody else on the bench move to one side of the pine as Maui comes over to take his spot on the other half, all on his own. And here's Techek now. He was part of the schoolboys team last year. He finds some space.
Great run. Barrett got him.
Eventually brought down, and they go looking for a counter arc here, WA side, but New South Wales reinforcements do arrive as Hinkley goes in to put down the New South Wales attacker there, and
they're all swinging left now.
They come back towards that left-hand side.
Lovely pass.
Was Zach Cray there with the ball to the line and hands it off, and they've still got it here. Techek decides to go wide, but he throws it over the top of Vincent Cray. So Techek with some gold and also some not so great moments so far since he's come on. WA with the line out. And they try to get it to Hinkley, but it falls short. So New South Wales pinch one.
Good courage there from Techek. He dived on that loose pill. Secured possession.
And he gets back to his feet. He's ready to fire away this left to right pass, and he finds a runner. Oh, and he breaks through one there. Sean Vaivalata. Oh, and Techek. Oh, he comes rushing out of the line. Great hit.
Is that man the number 8?
Kamazona Heke. Oh, New South Wales into the backfield here. Some good footwork from their outside backs. Angus Bell, it might be out there now, taking the ball to ground. Techek comes towards centre field. WA struggling to hold out New South Wales here. They'll do well to keep them from crossing, or they're their own worst enemy. And a knock-on advantage for
Here he goes, lovely
WA.
pass. Hinkley got smashed, but he managed to.
Hinkley
Managed to keep his feet well there. It's not much of him, but geez, he goes into every collision like his life depends on it.
And a relieving penalty there for WA. It was Archer Holtz. Couldn't get back on side quick enough.
Tell you what, next time we go to watch a Force game and they're all wearing the long blonde perm and the tape around the head, could be the Hinkley cheer squad.
Thank you. What numbers?
Let's hope so, as we see a couple of reinforcements getting ready for New South Wales here. Malachi Hawks and Julian Heaven look set to come on board as Hardy finds touch here on this broadcast side, and
2 subs.
the marquee nearly gets another hole ripped in it.
Just wait.
So those reinforcements do arrive. Archer Holtz comes off after a big shift along with Jack Winchester.
Malachi Hawks, oh, he's in and out of that line out.
Ben Weir with the overthrow. So WA unable to collect their own line out, not for the first time in this second half, putting themselves under more pressure. Oh, great little short ball there from the forwards, and a great offload. Finds its way into the hands of Zach Barnabas. Oh, hands from Vincent Cray.
I think that was Angus Bell, in fact.
Angus Bell in the midfield there.
Tell you what, the skill level of this New South Wales team is pretty impressive. Got to say, lots of great flat passes out in front. Some nice offloads. They're just not holding on to the ball long enough. WA clear their territory. It's not out.
And
Here comes Ella.
A bit of pressure here on this
Feeds
left-hand
Minogue.
edge. And again, just the hands letting New South Wales 2 down. They're finding themselves in some great opportunities and great territory, but just couldn't hold on to it that time.
The game's opened up a little, Marty.
Scolari.
They're struggling to adjust. The passes need to go to hand. I tell you what, I think that they would have gone in there if they had just managed to pop a few passes over. There was a man coming out of the corner of Scolari's eye. I think he probably had a little sneaky look. Took his eye off that pill.
If you can, yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's Max Wood getting some treatment on the sideline. A bit of blood.
Okay, guys, we've got it coming on.
He's going to get replaced by Mahana Mason.
Set. Time back on. Sorry, man.
The New South Wales scrum has been very dominant throughout most of the match, to be fair, especially in this second half so far, as we tick up to the 45-minute mark in this one, and we see it go straight to ground there. Maki Sako was ready, wasn't he?
Well, you got to watch
Massey
that.
Barker.
The refs will go pretty hard on pushing without the ball at this level. So New South Wales have to hold keep their powder dry, so to speak, until the ball goes in.
Crouch. Ready. 5. Set.
Straight out.
Hardy takes the ball to the line and finds a runner up through the centre, and they've kept him up. But he did find his way to the ground, so New South Wales had to release him, and they didn't.
Must release.
You heard it there from the referee. So Hardy with a chance now to put WA deep inside New South Wales 2's territory.
2 blue.
And he's looking for that far side.
Starting to play some smart footy, WA. Their most dangerous man with the ball in hand is Barrett. Hard lines.
Number 2, blue.
He took it forward then.
Hooker. Sub.
As Ben Weir makes way for Devontae Nathan.
Number 2. Let's go here, boys.
Lovely time of the day here, Marty. Look at those shadows coming across the ground.
Come back on.
Perfect footy weather.
They find Hinkley again. He's their go-to man, but he spills it. So New South Wales 2 let off the hook. But Hinkley tries to make up for it, but he misses the tackle.
Wow,
And this is a
lovely
strong
stepping.
run. Right up through the middle.
Hands off, blue. Blue, come.
An advantage here now for New South Wales 2.
Hold your hands. Too low.
That's Minogue there, kicking for touch off the penalty, and just like that, a couple of errors from WA, and it's gone 50 metres downfield. So New South Wales 2 now with an opportunity to
Set very deep here, Marty.
it's an overthrow, but it's
Popped it up.
no harm. Oh, big bumping run as they come towards us here on this broadcast side. A great one-handed offload, New South Wales, but they take the ball to ground and they're 22 out.
Good patience there. He didn't risk an offload. Traffic.
Oh, good run up through the middle. Techek in there at scrum half. Minogue now. It's coming wide. Hinkley tries to hold on. He gives it to Bell. And Angus Bell gets his first try of the afternoon.
Fantastic work there from New South Wales forwards, punching it right up the middle. Getting plenty of yards. WA defence was scrambling.
This was a great offload here on the inside. Angus Bell running a smart line, always following up on the inside, and he was part of the New South Wales 2 side last year at this competition, and if my memory serves me well, was part of the Australian Barbarian schoolboys team, I believe.
Shout out to Thomas Hooper. He was the big man who took the yards up the middle. He's a big human as well, and WA was scrambling to get him to the ground. Was that Daniel Alla that got on the outside of his man and popped the ball inside to Bell? They've been a good back 3 unit, New South Wales 2. Starting to get into their groove.
Minogue there with what I assume wasn't his greatest ever kick. Not his flushest strike of the ball.
I think that's fair to say. So if that was his greatest ever kick, you may want to have the tee taken off him.
Well, 17-7 the score now. New South Wales 2 ahead. Doesn't take the smartest man, Pato, to suggest the WA will probably need to be next to score if they're any chance in this one. Oh,
Yep.
good take.
Pivotal that they get some sort of
Vivalata.
play here.
Oh, and he's over the ball. Is it Barrett again?
Techek managed to hold on to it. There's that man Hooper. Big Tom Hooper.
And a nice strong run there. Minogue with a good pass out the back, and
There's Alla again. Always
he's
dangerous.
very dangerous. Ball in hand, the New South Wales 2 fullback. You'd like to see him with the ball in his hands more often.
Where's our man Hooper? Look at him go.
New South Wales 2 starting to find their groove here. WA struggling to make any impact in defence, and they're getting good post-contact meters here.
Is that Patterson? Good feet for a big man.
Minogue
Speaking
now.
of big men,
And here he goes. They're on the outside. Oh, big tackle, Zach Barrett. He has been immense for WA.
Vivalata is a very big human. Barrett's just absolutely creamed him.
Absolutely
as good as you'll see.
sensational tackle technique. WA unable to throw many punches in this second half, Pato.
Well, it's up and down, isn't it? It's rocks or diamonds. They're holding on. They really need a big play. And followed by another big play and another big play. You've got to keep going.
Devontae Nathan there taking into touch. Oh, and he's managed to just hold on to it there, Tom Hooper. And they run off the back, and Hinkley's there in defence again. Techek just assessing his options there, and he found Minogue on his right side, and I think Angus Bell put the ball down there. Massey Barker was there to clean up, so WA with an opportunity, but I think their pass went forward. They'll come back for the initial knock on. As we're inside the final 10 minutes of play here at Saturday Nations Riverview, live on Rugby.com.au, streaming the Australian Schools Championships. Also again on Thursday with the final pool matches, and then Saturday we'll see the finals. Last year a huge result with ACT winning the championship.
WA have got to get this ball out quickly and then find a way to get Zach Barrett with a little bit of space to run.
Sure, that is the message. Zach Barrett just off the hip at the back here.
Intense pressure.
New South Wales 2 come away with the ball. Oh, and it's attempted.
Have a go at that one, did he? Well, that's a fair call. I'm happy with that.
Deliberate knock on Jaden Solomon. And no thoughts of
no cards.
Taking the 3 points there from Minogue. And he puts that one into touch. So New South Wales 2 now. They're about 18 metres out from the try line, looking for their fourth.
They're looking to roll this. We haven't seen many rolling phases. But given the strength of that scrum, watch them go. Very well set.
They're rumbling here, Pato. They're getting closer. There'll be an advantage, but they're still going. And they're brought down just short, about 2 metres short of the line. They'll be almost impossible to stop here in New South Wales, and it's a try.
Well, there was a sense of inevitability about that, Marty.
And I think it's your boy, Tom Hooper, coming up with the pill, Pato.
Just roared for a big shift in this second half. The kick didn't go right down into the corner, but it didn't matter. They set up well. Look at the low body height. WA just had to take it down in the end, and they had the arm out against them, but they managed to just keep driving. Finally went to ground. And a lovely try from New South Wales too, through the power of this pack, who have been their standout asset in game number 2 for New South Wales 2.
You just see the combination starting to come together for New South Wales 2. It's similar to what we saw in the first half, Pato, I suppose, when Cray started to combine a little bit more with his outside men as well. Obviously a change in the halves at half-time with Minogue coming on and also Techek.
Just shows the importance of territory and possession, Marty. WA, in the very rare time they came down into the New South Wales half, looked good. They had their tails up. A few mistakes in their own half, though, and you don't need to give a team as good as New South Wales 2 any second invitation. They took full advantage.
Minogue unable to add the extras just before we got this match back underway, and the score now is New South Wales 2-22 taking on WA, who are on 7. They might look to exit here, or do they pass through the hands? They've decided to truck it up through the middle. New South Wales 2 as Hinkley goes in digging, but he can't get his hands on the ball.
Plenty of space out here.
The referee playing advantage for offside. He wants to run up. He found him. Oh, and a great kick on the toe He's
Connor
chasing
Hickey.
it down. Connor Hickey.
It's only got to get this to bounce.
Oh! Connor Hickey. Almost with one of the tries of the tournament.
He did it all right.
It just wouldn't pop for him.
So cruel. What do you do in those situations?
Here he is.
He had the time
He
on
did
his side
everything
too.
right. And
No one within QE. But he wasn't to know that.
Oh, and the only chase that tripped over his feet. A pivotal moment as well.
He'll be thinking about that one tonight.
No doubt he'll be watching the replay on Rugby.com.au later on, kicking himself.
Good job, Connor. You did well, mate.
Oh, another big shove for New South Wales. They're going to win it back, and if they go the short side, they're going to score. Or just sport down. No, it's a try.
There you go.
And that is persistence at scrum time for New South Wales too. And it might have been Aiden Kelso getting a meat pie for his efforts. As we see the replay here, and it's been happening all afternoon. New South Wales, too big, too strong at scrum time. Popped up for Kelso. They tried to hold him out, but inevitably too big and too strong himself. It takes three of him, but they can't stop him. So New South Wales too dominant in the second half here. And what you would probably suggest is turning into a pretty just scoreline.
Yeah, they've just got into their game a whole lot better in this second half. New South Wales 2, rolling forward through those big forwards. Hooper with another charge prior to that break on the left-hand side. It was a lovely cut-out pass that got the space on the left. Hickey did well. Here's Minogue trying to add the extras.
That's a better strike from Minogue.
You always know it's over when they trot off straight away.
Yeah, there's no need to watch that one sail through. That was straight over the black dot. So just over 3.5 to go, and WA looking to salvage something from this. They've shown patches of sensational rugby. Hinkley gets up and taps that one back for his side, so they do have possession.
Just need to hold the ball here, WA. Try and build some phases.
Stafford looks left, but decides to come to the right, and it's Lachlan Hardy with a hit up the fly half, so he's getting his hands dirty and wins a penalty for his side.
Yeah, good call by the ref. He never was allowed to place that ball.
You'd fancy they might kick for touch here and look to work a line out. Well, they might be a quick tap. And they come to the right, and the ball's in the hands of Josh Sinclair. And he gets it back. Oh, and a knock on there from Kamazona Heke.
Well, they just lost their shape there, Marty. 3 or 4 blokes standing off to the left-hand side, and each of them thought it was going in front of him till the last man. And it did go off him. It went off his arm. So this has been WA's problem at this tournament. They're probably just lacking a little bit of direction in attack. No organisational shape there. And Napu is off at the moment. He's probably been their best organiser.
And like you said a couple of times, Pato, they've struggled to get the ball in the hands of Zach Barrett enough, their fullback, who, when he has had opportunities, has been very, very dangerous and damaging. And he's going to get an opportunity now. And he looks up and he decides to come to the right-hand side. And he bumps away from one and bumps away from two. And he's eventually brought down.
That was a nice run by Hardy. Got himself out of trouble.
Slow ball here for WA, and might have been a turnover. There has been a turnover.
No, they're still going forward. New South Wales just defending very strongly. Whoa.
Oh, a kick for himself there, but it's backfired. Oh, he's going to be tough to stop. He shows and goes, but he's left the ball behind. Well, some razzle-dazzle at the end of this one.
That was one of the smallest chip kicks I've ever seen in my life. Landed straight in Daniel Alla's hands. Almost a gift try. We're in the last minutes now, and everyone's certainly on the WA side, just trying anything at this point. New South Wales will fancy themselves to roll over the top of this scrum again.
Stafford with the feed. Hooked back nicely, but again, the forward pack of New South Wales. A huge shove, and he goes hard. He's trying to spark something in this final minute. Hinkley. He's toiled hard, Hinkley, but he might have lost it. He has. WA, they've just been their own worst enemy in this second half.
Just a quick pause while the ambulance from our earlier injury makes its way just down the side of the field to the access road. Told there was a lot of precaution, a lot of caution taken in that moment when one of the WA players was injured at the end of the first half. So best wishes to him and his family.
Well, New South Wales 2, Pato, are going to come away with 2 from 2 after this. They had a strong 45-22 win over combined states, and this one a 29-7 win at the moment over WA, pending maybe a couple more points, but they've looked very impressive this afternoon especially.
And they've got that pack rolling forward, Marty. They look very good. Minogue came in for Cray at 10, and Cray moved out to 12. I fancy that probably Cray's the better option at first receiver for these guys moving forward.
Crouch.
But if they can get all those parts clicking, yep, absolutely, looking like a pretty talented team.
Set.
Here's another scrum where New South Wales have dominated WA, and they do so again, and this might be the icing on the cake for a New South Wales 2 team, and Daniel Alla, the referee, hasn't spotted it over the line, so they're going to have to keep playing. And a pick and drive will result in the 5-pointer. We'll grab a number when they get up. The New South Wales 2 are far too big, far too strong.
Try to New South Wales. The time is just about run out.
Might be Zach Barnabas. Or maybe Aidan Kelso for a double. As we just try and get a number. And it will be Aidan Kelso, you fancy. He picks this up at the back of the ruck, and he won't be stopped.
Might have been Hugo Patterson, the loose head prop. Just waiting on confirmation. Yeah, an impressive performance here by New South Wales 2. WA, look, we said it in the first game. It's been the same story here. Plenty of ticker. No questioning the courage. But you just can't do much when your scrum is on roller skates. There's no escape. Every mistake, theirs or yours, turns into their ball.
We do get confirmation from the ground now. So that last try scored by Aidan Kelso. He gets a double. New South Wales get their second win. They're 2 from 2 here at the Australian Schools Championship.